Okay, peeps, what's up? So, Anthony Joshua has just been defeated by Usyk, and what a shame from his side of it. From Usyk's side, it's a great victory, and after all the things Anthony said he was gonna do, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna get into this. It doesn't mean he didn't intend to do it, but let me tell you this. Let me tell you this right now. There's a huge confusion in his life. It's a massive, massive, massive confusion. And one crucial department in which this confusion is manifested in is in his trainer selection and the very fact that he has multiple trainers within his core. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that, Anthony. I wish the best for you to an extent. Hopefully, I don't have to fight you at some point. But let me just say this. I doubt it, unless it's intended for it to happen. But as of now, there's certain things you can do, Anthony. There's certain things you can do to rectify the situation very, very easily. Very easily. Number one, you can't have 3-4 coaches sitting there telling you this, that, whispering in your ears. You get in the ring on the actual battle day, and this one is whispering this, that one is whispering that. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. And I understand. I totally appreciate. Anthony's come from a late boxing background where it was kind of relatively sudden. I mean, he's boxed for years, still a lot of experience, overall speaking. But as far as his competitors are concerned, they have had way more experience on average. The average, most fighters have started very, very young in life. And he's done exceptionally well, considering, so has Wilder. Both of them have done very, very well considering the late start that they had. Most people can't do that. You're just not going to succeed. And Wilder has been quite exceptional in his progress as far as what he has achieved, considering the fact that he didn't actually have a boxing background. Of course he didn't. Yeah. He was an Olympic bronze medalist. Yeah. Got one of the crucial titles of the World Heavyweight Championship in boxing. Not in football or tennis, or like I said before, like I sometimes add as an example. Just boxing. Boxing. One of the most difficult sports in the world. Bar MMA. Very, very difficult. Your heart and soul is in it. It's not just the mathematics of the game, or the logistics of the game. It's the actual fact of you being in there and executing in that moment. I've seen athletes, runners, get to the line and they're shaking so much. They create a false start for the day, the final, most crucial day of their life in their career, and lose and get up and have to walk out, be sent off the track. Athletes, athletics, runners. Imagine the nerves in the body just to run for 10 seconds, and try and compare that to boxing. Yeah, completely different world. So you have to big up any fighter who steps in the ring, let alone a fighter that steps in the ring at this level. So Wilder's done very well. They talk about Fury's done this to Wilder and did that, but let's not be stupid now. Fury got dropped 4 times very heavily, and one time he was deep slept. Fury's been fighting all his life. Most travelers are accustomed to the game of pugilism. So it's not a joke. The high level of competitiveness that Wilder offered someone like Fury. Yeah, you beat him and yeah, you won. But I hear some fans saying, "Oh, Fury, he smashed him up." He's like, you can't say that. If you got dropped 4 times, 5 times, 4 times, and you got slept once, you can't say you smashed him up. You dub hand and say, "Yeah, good fight, good fight, good fight. We had a good fight. Boy, that was tough. I won." He still won though. You have to give him his props. He won. Whether you've been fighting from the beginning of your life or not, he's still props. At the end of the day, it wasn't a woman you fought. Yeah. So you have to still give Fury his credit and his props. Like I said, it's not football, it's not tennis. But you can't start talking about, "Oh, he smashed him up, he kicked his ass, he smashed him to bits." You can't do that. It just doesn't make any sense. You make yourself look stupid. So anyway, Fury did very well. Wilder did exceptionally well as well. Anthony Joshua also did very well. So he should applaud himself as far as his level of success that he was able to attain in the period of time that was given to him, but also the financial success and the acumen that it took to align those resources together to make sure that he was fulfilled in that sense. Also, he did very well. Anthony Joshua has done very exceptionally well financially. It's not even talked about as much, but it's evident, it's obvious. And so he's still young. So there's no way he's satisfied about to only discuss the financial part. He wants to develop physically. He wants to develop in the game. AJ is keen, very keen, and he seems to do all he can to get this done. But the truth is, Anthony, you're really troubling yourself by causing confusion in your camps. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Martial arts, fighting, boxing does not work like this. You can't have 3-4 coaches in a boxing ring, especially boxing. Martial arts, it might be different because of the amalgamation of styles and different things to focus on. Sometimes you may have a team that works in a different way, but in boxing, there are certain things you just can't. You can't be having this guy spitting this in your ear, spitting that in your ear. I'm talking of just a regular fight. Whoever you're fighting, let alone you're talking about you're fighting someone who is considered to be apex, one of the very best, something unique, a proposition that's enigmatic in the ring, a puzzle, a pill to swallow, a bitter one, a confusing one, a Rubik's Cube to solve, a riddle to dissolve. Not the luxury of a table seat in an examination in a classroom, but being beaten on the very head with which you will use supposedly to solve this puzzle. The very puzzle is smacking on your head too at the same time. So boxing and martial arts, one of the very most tasking sports, if you like. If you want to call it a sport, it's a challenge, really. It's become a sport because of the way it's been arranged in terms of the marketing configuration of it, so that it can be palatable to the fans. But in reality, it's not just a sport. This is a life event of survival of the fittest in literality. So there's certain let's talk about the technical dimensions now. The way Anthony was fighting in the ring, they said he was improved, and he himself stated that he's improved, and I've come back and I'm going to do this now, and you're not going to see this. You're going to see me coming with everything. I'm going to give it to him. Anthony, there's something you were doing so wrong. I wish I could tell you. I can't say it publicly. I'm definitely not going to say it publicly right here. There's something in the media that you were doing to begin with. Very crucial It's an apex thing. I'm talking crucial in the media. You were doing something, and you consistently do it. And I'm telling you, you need to stop that thing. You really need to stop it. You absolutely, imperatively have to stop it. There was something you were doing, Anthony. And I can't believe it. Every time I hear it, I'm shocked. Every time I see it, I'm stunned. I'm absolutely stunned. I'm flabbergasted. I know the fans wish, or the people listening want to hear what that thing is. I can't say it right now. Then in the ring, oh, terrible what you were saying and what you were doing. Terrible how you executed. It seemed, oh, I did this. No. Anthony, no. And then you brought Robert Garcia. I cannot believe or come to fathom what made you consider that a decent choice for you. No. Oh, Robert, yeah, Mexican style. We're gonna do. There's so many. No. There's a way he trains the little guys to fight, and it doesn't necessarily apply to you. Because physiologically, the minute you try to implement that, you're going to come up against all sorts of challenges. And then you're left with nothing but the reason, which is a legitimate reason, but from the fans' ears, it sounds like excuses. It sounds it's nothing but excuses. It sounds like excuses. But it's not. I know it's not. Because I understand science. My father's a scientist. PhD. I've been around that environment. My wife's a scientist. But I understand the rugged side of life because, I've studied science myself also. But before that, I've come through in deep realms of life. Deep realms of life. On the streets and in the world and in martial art world also. In gangster world. I've had to come up against that in the gangster world. Deep things. Yeah, because I've been through that realm. That's a whole different story. But this is the reality, Anthony. There are certain things, challenges that you're facing that are seemingly insurmountable. And if I'm telling you right now, if you stay with Robert Garcia, you're creating yourself a lot of trouble. I'm not against Robert Garcia himself as a person. He's doing well. He's doing very well. With his own type of fellas of their size and all this. But you're making a huge error, Anthony. Anthony, you're making a huge error. I'm just telling you. What is it you're doing? What is it you need to do? There's no point in me saying it here. Because if I say it, I'm just telling everybody for free of charge. I'm also telling your opponents. There are so many things, Anthony. And I messaged your sister one time. I told her to tell you something, and you didn't pick it up. You didn't take it up. Also, some of your pals that are around you. There are deep things, deep, profound things that you're literally, it's almost impossible. You're literally on the slide. It's like, and you might think to yourself, oh, well, I'm going to do this. That's the same mind that you use to come up with this. The program is wrong itself. The very software and the program. So don't think you're going to sit there and come up with a different solution. You're going to be out of your depths in accordance with the methodology you're utilizing right now, Anthony. I cannot believe I cannot believe. I know right now it's almost the worst time to talk to someone like this who's been fallen. You know, as they say, how are the mighty fallen? Tell it not in Gath. Tell it not at the gates of Ashkelon. When kings fell upon their swords, speak it not at the gates of the enemy. Because it's too suffering to hear a thing. There's certain things you need to hear. And the thing is, Anthony Joshua has obviously he had a great future, you could say, so to speak. And one went this way and that way to try to enhance it, actualize it, get the best out of it. They're telling you all these things. Well, if you get in touch with me, Anthony, if you get in touch with me, I will straighten you out on these things. I will straighten you out on these things. I'm telling you right now. I will do that for you. I will do that for you. I remember training some fighters who were in the army. They didn't want to train. They used to come to our gym, because our gym was a bloody gym. When people fight, there's blood everywhere. Sparring. You know. And this soldier, he came from the army, and he used to train, and I used to watch him training, and I used to think, oh, he trains very well, because, you know, fitness and everything, but he never gets in the ring. So I asked him, I said, no, you want to get in the ring and get a little sparring? And he said, oh, no, because, you know, people from the army, especially who are not just new recruits, people who are establishing, they have a lot of common sense, and they're very logical minded. So he didn't want to enter a realm that was not his own. He's used to, I'm a soldier, so I'm used to the guns. I know what to do. I'm well trained with this. I'm used to the tank. I'm used to this communication. I know how to speak to my superiors by radio, and there's a set system. Nothing is random. Everything will be trained over and over, this way and that way. So he knows his element. You know, he doesn't want to be out of the waters as a fish. So I knew what to do with him. I took him aside, and I reprogrammed his brain, so to speak, like a software computer. I knew precisely what. Next thing you know, I'm telling you, very, very shortly, within weeks, he was one of the best fighters in the gym, and our gym was rough. Yeah. He went out there and he absolutely tore it apart. He was something special. Then he left and went back to the army. He enjoyed it. Same with another female who I trained, and she was one of the best in the world in her game, which was wrestling. She was number one in UK, yeah, but she wanted to transition into MMA, and she wasn't getting the best way. I took her aside, and I showed her some of them. We didn't even get through even half of my stuff. But by the time she went in to the cage, she brutalized her opponent. Absolutely demolished it with all the stuff I showed her. Anthony, I'm telling you, get in touch with me. Get in touch with me, and don't delay. Don't wait and get somebody else up in your ears saying, oh, I think I'll get this guy. Get in touch with me. Get in touch with me. And do this. Look, I'm getting in the game myself. So, in a way, I'm doing myself a disservice to be showing you, because who knows what if even though right now I'm dealing with, I'll be coming in with the light heavyweights, and then push it through to the cruisers, and then at some point fight with the super heavies. Yeah. So that won't be right now, the super heavies. It could be, because I used to spar with super heavies, and I've fought super heavies before. and I stopped them, I brutalized them, put them in hospital. Competitively speaking, I'm talking about in the ring. Yeah. And so it doesn't, and that's because the only reason I did that, the only reason I fought the super heavies was because at the time, the fighters in my weight who was supposed to fight me didn't turn up. Then one of my teammates, fighters, uh, who was a super heavy, his fighter didn't turn up himself. So his fighter turned up, and then the organizers asked me, "Do you mind stepping in and just fight the guy if you want?" I don't know what crazy thing gets over their head to make them do that. They don't care about the fighters done. But I said, "Give me 45 minutes. I'll think about it." I didn't win it. Boom, tore him to pieces. But there's certain things, principles you need to be aware of. Certain things you need to know. Look, AJ, get in touch with me now. I'm telling you, get in touch with me. Get in touch with me, with moi. Now, don't delay. Don't let thoughts get into your head, and you're gonna go with this guy and that guy. He's gonna show you this. This one's showing you that. They're confusing your head. They will take you down another pathway, and this is not the game to waste your time and get your head smacked up by this guy on left, right. And one thing AJ's got is heart. He's got the best resume in the heavyweight division. Resume, meaning who he stepped in the ring with. He didn't fear anybody, didn't dodge anybody. So if I make you, I'm not going to turn you into me, but I'm going to turn you something really good. I mean, I'm me, you're you. But what does that do for me? So what if one day I have to fight you? So have I done myself a favor by showing you this thing? Because my stuff that I'm going to show you, boy, and you will do it. Listen, it's horrible what happened in the ring there the other night. I was watching it with Mrs. and it's crazy. I said, my goodness me. My goodness me. One of my best friends, my closest pals, my brother, he was the one who opened the door for these Saudi events to be taking place, because he was the business manager for Amir Khan. I grew up with my pal, Bill Dos Anjos. And he was the one who opened the door for the Saudi events. Yeah, we grew up together, fighting, all those challenges in the gangster world where they came up against us. And all the things we had to come up against in our early days. Not just early days, not just long ago either. Yeah. All the mafias that we had to deal with. And we came out on top. Also, he was a martial artist and one of the best I've seen. He arranged for Amir that Saudi fight that he had, which prompted Eddie, because Eddie was Amir's also co-promoter, which gave Eddie that idea to switch it over for AJ in Saudi. When AJ did it in Saudi, it was my brother, one of my closest pals who I grew up with, who arranged all that and who pioneered these fights in Saudi. And the time is now. Don't let it slip. AJ, let me know. Get in touch right now. Get in touch right now. If you want to get in touch with me, you know how to get in touch with me. If you really want to get in touch with me, get in touch with me. I'm not going to spill all the beans right here and say what you need to do. All these coaches, they always have something to say. Oh, do this, do that. That's not what you need to do. That's not what you need to do. That's not going to get you anywhere. Get you hurt. The concept of mad. And I'll tell you certain things as well that just blow your mind. But anyways, let's go.